Welcome to Slash Forward. In this episode, we're going to watch a reenactment of what went on backstage every night at Showbiz Pizza with the 2019 film, The Banana Splits Movie. Let's get to it. We open on the opening sequence of the Banana Splits show, a popular program centered around a group of anthropomorphic animals. It's all about music, fun, and detailing their reckless exploits. This transitions into a dark home where Beth is resting after a long evening of mommy blogging. She's disturbed by Harley, excited about celebrating his birthday the next day. She puts him to bed before busting her older son Austin for breaking curfew. The next morning, we find Harley's birthday surprise will be tickets to attend a live taping of the Banana Splits, something stepdad Mitch is just thrilled about. They enjoy some cake and wildly age-inappropriate gifting before revealing the surprise. They pick up Zoe on the way, a last-minute stand-in for Duncan, Harley's only friend who called in sick. Brutal. At the check-in line, Harley almost gets hit by the whack pack, but he's confident Snorky would never harm him.
Snorky wouldn't hurt me. He's my favorite.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. Since this is a closed set, cell phones are collected, and Austin takes the opportunity to plant a seed with the show's Paige. Backstage, we get some additional plot details, discovering that the mascots are actually super advanced automatons under the care of a greasy madman. We also find that the show's executive producer was just promoted to VP, and his first act will be to cancel the long-running, profitable show because it doesn't match his vision. That sounds accurate. We see that Droopy's update causes him to go red with the prime directive that the show must go on. And it does, as on stage the audience is served all of their deepest desires: pain, sacrifice, perseverance, and ultimately conformity. As the show ends in its normal way with only the illusion of chance and opportunity, the audience departs while a few lucky members get to stay behind for a backstage meet and greet. Mitch takes this opportunity to handle some business with work, accomplished solely through texting, which is fishy. In the green room, Stevie, who previously overheard about the impending cancellation, gives a cynical toast. This causes Droopy to go red, enabling his update, which then prompts him to invite Stevie to lick it like a lollipop. Since he's a robot, he doesn't get the reference nor have a sufficient grasp of human anatomy to make it work properly. Meanwhile, our winners are getting their photo ops. Stage dad Jonathan is looking for a chance to introduce his daughter to a producer. When Paige explains that she's unable to help him with that, he runs off on his own, causing her to follow and the rest of the group to break up while the kids awkwardly stare at the splits. Outside, Beth catches up with Mitch and discovers his work texting is of the sexy variety, and he officially frees up his evening before storming off to make sensual arrangements. Inside, Harley and Zoe snoop around in the prop room before going on a quest to find Snorky. Meanwhile, Jonathan presents Parker, who quickly demonstrates her middling talent. Rebecca explains the show's been canceled, so they quickly pivot toward a new opportunity. While this is going on, Thad...
Mr. Thadtastic.
No, Thad will do. Thad and Poppy are dicking around on some old sets. They get their live stream going again, and Thad streams his marriage proposal to their audience. They're then congratulated by Fleagle, who enforces the strict no-phones policy before volunteering Thad for a brutal magic trick that Poppy just sort of watches. It takes a bit of effort, but the payoff is worth it, I think. Bravo. He's then distracted by the sounds of children and agrees to take them to Snorky. Outside, Mitch is caught in some headlights and chooses to run straight down a channel in a gimpy manner. He eventually makes it to the security booth only to find the premises insecure and is struck in the process. Jonathan barges into the green room looking for Andy the VP, but gets lit up like a match instead while Droopy hip thrusts in his face. Back on set, the adult survivors meet up, and just to make sure they're all on the same page, Jonathan pops in, causing them to wonder about the fate of the children. We find that Fleagle has led them to the workshop where the animals appear to be keeping their child collection. While in the process of looking for the kids, Beth and Austin manage to severely injure Bingo. They then convince Poppy that her fiancé is not coming back, and she'd be safer with them. Carl acknowledges that he's losing control, but his affection toward his creations is too strong to allow him to act against them. However, in his despair at the condition of his precious Bingo, he drops his keys, allowing the kids to trade places with him. Paige has discovered that outside communication is impossible while Rebecca and John are put through their paces. Rebecca thinks she's come out on top, but there are no winners in this game. Meanwhile, the kids finally find Snorky and are let off. The survivors come together and confront Carl in the workshop, but his maniacal laugh confirms he's properly lost it. Upon hearing music in the distance, they descend toward the source of the sound. Poppy lags behind, choosing instead to join Carl in Crazy Time. Population 1. They find the kids locked up at the never-ending show, which they seem to be mostly enjoying, except for when Stevie comes on, because no one likes Stevie. As they work to free the kids, an improved wheel of endings is revealed. Free of the confines of the original show formula, they now utilize a wheel with real options, demonstrated when it lands on Banana Split, something none of them has ever experienced before, and it turns out it's more of a quartering than a split. While this is going on, Harley uses his keys to free the children while Beth hangs back to lay a distraction, and manages to take out Fleagle and Drooper with some help. Snorky then helps helps them with bingo, for some reason, and the two robots rip each other to shreds. They then receive medical treatment in the parking lot when emergency personnel show up, and they conclude their respective character arcs. Wiener Boy turns out not to be so strange after all. Austin proves himself sufficiently virtuous to get a date, Beth stops playing it safe and demands a divorce, and Mitch gets smeared across the asphalt as Poppy rides into the night, completely ignorant of how much work and maintenance her new robot army will require. And that was 5 Nights with the Banana Splits Show, the movie. If you enjoyed the video, I'd love for you to become a part of the channel by subscribing. Thanks for watching.